7 in the northbound lanes just south of Interstate 20. I'll go ahead and show. You can see back behind us. Well, here's the sign off on the right-of-way line. This looks in good shape. So we've got quite a bit of open right-of-way for future frontage roads. Looking back, you can see the traffic monitoring installation, the back of our sharp sign, and you can see that there are no traffic generators between the installation and our sharp site. You can see where they've done the material sampling and field testing. I'll go ahead then and walk through this section. As with the other sections here in the Fort Worth District, the markings have been fairly well maintained, both signs and stripes. I've gone ahead and touched them up just as long as I was out here. This section does have an asphalt shoulder, and I did record quite a bit of shoulder drop-off, anywhere from 1.2 inches, I believe, to as much as 2.3. There is little or no joint separation perceivable, primarily because they have come through and sealed the shoulder at some point in time, and that's pretty much hidden whatever joint or opening there may have been at that location. Again, I've labeled all of these cracks as low severity. There's little, if any, spalling or faulting on any of these cracks. Interestingly enough, the crack spacing is pretty dramatic. I wanted to show you this. There is one punch out on this section, relatively small punch out. The pieces are rocking. I can pretty much move them by hand. There is quite a bit of faulting where the punch out has dropped down into the hole. It is on the inside lane, which is particularly intriguing. As I was commenting, the crack spacing in this section is fairly interesting. It varies from about 15 to 20 feet, but every once in a while you'll see a couple clustered close together. I wanted to make note of this construction joint at approximately station 1+50. There is no deterioration of the construction joint. Again, I've labeled all these as low severity transverse cracks. You can see there's a minuscule amount of spalling there, but we hardly even rate as low severity spalling. It's not even a full 3 inches, I believe. There is an occasional spot where we've lost an aggregate or two. I have not included this in the pop-out because it's not even as much as a quarter of a square foot. Most of the cracks on this section were fairly interesting to try and locate. You can see one here. very fine crack. I would speculate that people won't even be able to pick up cracks like that one. All the delineators are present, all of the signs and all other markings that we had requested. You can see we're just south of FM 157. I'm going to go ahead and walk back through the section. See where they have done quite a bit of patching here along the shoulder. I believe that all of that was present on the original survey as well when we first came out and laid out the section. There's a small line here. Looks like someone was dragging something or had a flat tire. There is no longitudinal cracking, however, that I could locate anywhere on the test section. This section is still in Tarrant County. It's about 5 miles south of Interstate 20. As with the other sections, you can see how they have located traffic monitoring stations on either side of the road. Ours would be over on this side here. But they've gone ahead and installed monitoring units for all lanes at this particular location for use at some future date. Again, this is US 287.